Okay, so today I have a talk prepared for you guys, and it's one that I've actually researched a little bit. And I usually don't research it because I like to just talk about what's going on, you know, in the school, in society, something that's in the conversations that are happening in the changing rooms and after training and whatnot. And I decided to give a little bit more backdrop or add a little bit more power to the talk. And I wanted to talk today about heroes versus mentors. All right, kids, this is where you guys be really quiet.
Okay.
By kids, I mean parents of those kids. So, did you say anything? Damn right you didn't. So, heroes versus mentors. So what do I mean? Who here has a hero? All right? Who here has a mentor? Now, there's a difference between heroes and mentors. Number one, first off, both of them are needed. Okay? Everybody needs a hero. Now, what is it that's so special about a hero that everybody needs it? It's very simple. Heroes give you hope. Mentors are also needed, but for a different reason. Why? Mentors give you maps. Heroes allow you to have that positive energy to keep on going even if the logical processes in your brain are telling you to stop. Heroes motivate you to be better, to give more, to keep pushing. Mentors give you a map from where you are to where you want to be. So, if you're an aspiring fighter, right? You're an aspiring fighter, and you go watch, you want to fight MMA, and you go and watch like Braveheart, right? Incredible movie. It goes, get you going. No matter how excited you may get from watching William Wallace, it's not going to make you a better MMA fighter. It's going to give you energy to do things you may not have done, right? That's why we like listening to music when we train sometimes, right? I started competing in powerlifting. The music that's going on, I try to integrate into my energy when I'm lifting. But no matter how excited I am from the music, it's not going to make me stronger. It might give me more motivation, more focus, more energy, but it's not going to technically give me the strength necessary to be better at my given endeavor. So for those of you that have jobs that are sort of beating you down, right, around the holidays, it's different things for different people. Some people are miserable during the holidays. Maybe the year, we're at the tail end of the year and it hasn't gone as planned and you start to contemplate what you did all year. I wasted another year, some of you like to say. Others of you are just excited to be around family, to see people you haven't seen, maybe during the course of the year. But whatever the case is, everybody likes taking heroes and trying to sort of harness it into that same good energy that a lot of us experience now. But then something happens at the beginning of the year. Then it's, all right, we have all this motivation, and we start directing it towards individual things, whether it's, losing weight, like 99% of America at least, right? It's, I'm going to be better at doing this. I'm going to be better at, my schoolwork. I'm going to be better spending time with my kids. I'm going to be better at work. I'm going to be more focused. I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to stop partying on the weekends. I'm going to start doing all these things, whatever it is. But at some point, that energy, right, that hero energy, starts to dissipate. So heroes give us that energy whenever we happen to experience the hero. Whenever we watch the movie, whenever we listen to the speech. Some of you guys are going to hear this and get amped up, right? But eventually, that energy dwindles. Right? For the New Year's, everybody has all this energy. You could say the New Year's is a type of hero, right? Because it gives us this positive outlook, right? The sense of sort of optimism that everything's about to work, everything's about to get better. Everything that I couldn't do last month, all of a sudden is possible this month. Really makes no sense when you think about it, but we ride it. We don't want to sort of talk ourselves off, right? We don't want to talk ourselves down. We don't want to rob ourselves of that positivity, that motivation, so we go with it. New Year's, starting New Year's, right, for me, I start a diet every Monday, for what it's worth, right? By Tuesday, they got the roast beef up the block. It's crazy, right? So that's where mentors come in. See, now the thing about mentors is that even if you lack a hero, you still are given the steps necessary to get to where you want to go. So, as much as this may be a New Year's talk, right, and how to avoid the sort of inevitable just drop on your face failure of all your resolutions, it's also a commentary on a lot of the things going on in society now, right? And I'm not going to get too political, but I will say there are groups of people, multiple groups of people, who want to spend the bulk of their time complaining about how hard life is. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. Now, tell me what you want to accomplish is impossible. And I will tell you, okay, maybe something needs to be changed. Tell me what you want to do is illegal. Other people get to do it, but for me it's illegal. And I'll be right by your side fighting that fight with you. But don't tell me it's difficult. Right? Don't tell me it's difficult. Don't tell me because you were born in the hood, you don't know who your father is, your family has no money, your parents are on drugs. Don't tell me because of all of those things, somebody else has to pay. People have done more with less. All right, you guys have heard of Oprah, right? Oprah Winfrey? Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty. Oprah Winfrey was raped as a young girl. She at 14 years old, gave birth to a son who died while he was an infant. Oprah Winfrey has been through more than probably 90% of you here. She's also worth $3 billion right now. Now, Oprah Winfrey's a great story because she's black, she's a woman, she grew up in poverty. There's so many sort of boxes that get checked, right? She's the minority, right? The racism thing. She was poor, the rich versus poor thing, right? You have all of these battles that a figure like Oprah represents the complete and utter dismantling of. Why didn't all those things, all those reasons that you guys are putting on signs and walking down the block with, why didn't those things stop somebody like Oprah? Why didn't they stop people like Russell Simmons? Why didn't they stop people like Thomas Sowell? If you don't know who that is, find out. Why didn't they stop all of these people of color that have made it? Why didn't it stop them? Why? Because they said, so what? They found their heroes first, and then they found their mentors. And you know what? For some of them, those mentors may not have been people of color. Their heroes were. They saw people succeed. They saw people like Jackie Robinson. They saw people like Roberto Clemente. They saw people who looked like them, who were from the places they were from. And they got that energy. But they went one step further and they got a mentor. They said, this guy makes me want to succeed, but this guy has done what I'm trying to do. Sometimes they know who these people are. Sometimes they've never met them before. They just read about them. They read their books. They followed their stories. They've gone to their seminars. They've heard them speak. But we can't get anywhere in energy alone because energy eventually fades. Right? So we talk about the Jones, we talk about the New Year's sale we have, just as an example. We're going to have all this energy. So many people are going to want to get in shape, they're going to learn how to fight, they're going to do all these different things. But then they're just going to sit there and they're going to want it, and want it, and want it, and want it, and their energy's going down, and down, and down. And at no point do they find a map on how to actually get there. Don't tell me it's hard. You guys have all seen like the movies and the cartoons, like the pirates, they have the map with the treasure chest, and it's always some perilous journey. We've never seen in a movie or a cartoon, the guy gets the map for the treasure, and it's like, oh, it's just under that rock right there. They gotta get on boats, planes, they gotta fight demons, they gotta go on the water, they gotta do all these epic things to get this prize. But for some reason, everybody nowadays thinks that it's supposed to be under a rock right in front of them. The saying we use all the time is pressure to power. Right? If you want to be powerful, you have to experience pressure. Well, some of us are just born in positions that have more potential power than others. Right? Who's ever heard of the story of the rich kid that winds up drug addict, loser, spoiled, doesn't work for a living, parents? It happens, it has happened for generations and generations. But now we have an anomaly. Now we have people who are born in situations where they cannot afford to take time off. They cannot afford to not fight for their potential. But now, for some reason, there's enough of them to get together and say it's okay. My father was born in a house in Puerto Rico that had one room. He had 5 siblings. I don't even think they had shoes until he was like 8, 9 years old. Moved here when he was 13, didn't speak a word of English. He bought a home, raised me and my brother, retired now, owns a couple of homes, has a very, very good life. At no point did he complain. When I was younger, my mother, my parents are an interracial couple, right? And it's more of a contemporary construct, the whole notion of an interracial couple, right? You should just be 2 people, right? But they're in an interracial couple. And as a kid, we would move all around the country looking for work because nobody wanted to give my father work. Now maybe if my mother was as dark as my father, it would have been an easier thing. Maybe if he wasn't so dark, it would be an easier thing. Right? Imagine if Morgan Freeman spoke Spanish. That's my father. Right? So maybe if it was some other way, it would have been some other level of difficulty. But my father never paid attention to it. What did he do? He kept on until he found a job. And he kept on working. My father gave me my work ethic. At no point was I ever shown that making an excuse is a valid life choice. At no point was I ever shown, because people could talk, but at no point was I ever shown by my mentor that complaining about how hard it was a valid reason to not try. So when we talk about heroes and mentors, we need both. But understand they're different. They each serve a different purpose. If you have a hero, you got a lot of energy, but you don't know how the hell to get to where you want to go. You have to find a mentor. If you have a mentor, but you feel like you don't have one bit of motivation, even though the map has just been handed to you, you got to find a hero. They're different, but they work together, and ultimately they help people stop complaining and start doing what they're supposed to be doing with their lives, which is achieving their potential. Thank you guys for listening.